Alright, so today we're doing an anchor chart on exponents, and I have a couple of subtitles for you. Exponents, what's up with the tiny numbers, or exponents, time to excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or putting the E in PEMDAS. Okay, I thought that was fun to kind of, because that's what I was thinking about. When I think about exponents, I think about these things because an exponent looks something like this. You've got your regular number, right? And then you've got that tiny number, okay? So what's up with the tiny numbers is a great question, okay? Tiny numbers above other numbers are exponents, okay? And exponent represents the number of times you will, oh, hold on, my phone's ringing. Let me pause the video for a second. The number of times you will multiply a number by itself. Okay, an exponent represents the number of times you will multiply a number by itself. So we usually, when we see a 2 like this, we usually use the phrase squared, okay? And so this would be 4 squared, okay? So 4 squared is the same as 4 times 4, okay? Which is the same as 16, okay? But you can have exponents that aren't just the 2, even though the 2 is the most common, okay? You can have cubed numbers, okay? You consider something cubed when you have, like, let's say, let's do 2 cubed, okay? All right, so, sorry, that's not very clear. Oh, and my pencil's breaking. That's a different one, okay? Cubed, 2 cubed, okay? So this right here, that 3 is, you say cubed, okay? 2 cubed is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, okay? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 cubed is 8, okay? But you don't have to just have 2s and 3s. You can do any number, really, okay? So, and anything above 3, you just say to the blank power, okay? So to the 5th power, okay? So 10 to the 5th power is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, okay? Which looks like it's really difficult, but every time you multiply something by 10, you're just adding a 0. So 10 times 10 is 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. And how many zeros are there in 100,000? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 to the 5th power is a 1 followed by 5 zeros. Okay? And what does this have to do with my Aunt Sally or putting the E in PEMDAS? So you remember we talked about this acronym here, PEMDAS, right? Okay. And I told you you wouldn't be getting into the E until middle school, and it turns out I lied, and I feel badly about that. So people often call this, you know, PEMDAS or please. Yep, sorry, autofocus problems. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, the P still stands for parentheses. Okay, parentheses. The E stands for exponents. Okay, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, so if you have a longer number sentence, like let's do 5 minus 3 cubed plus, let's see, 2 times 5 to the 4th equals, okay? So you do the parentheses first. So 5 minus 3 is 2. And then we have 2 cubed plus 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 to the 4th. Okay. Then I do my powers. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. That's previously discussed. That would be 8. And 10 to the 4th is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or a 1 followed by 4 zeros. Right? So 10,000. So 8 plus 10,000 is 10,008. Okay? So that's just kind of your introduction to exponents. What's up with the tiny numbers?